The National Police Commission, NAPOLCOM, entrance exam is an important step for anyone who wants to join the Philippine National Police, PNP. This test checks if you're ready to take on the responsibilities of a police officer by looking at your knowledge and skills in law enforcement. One of the key topics in the exam is the Philippine Constitution, especially the parts that deal with law enforcement. It's important to know the rights of citizens and the legal rules for arrests, searches, and protecting individual freedoms. Understanding these constitutional provisions helps ensure that police officers carry out their duties fairly and legally. This guide will help you review important topics like the Bill of Rights, the rules on searches and seizures, and the right to due process, all of which are essential for the NAPOLCOM exam. By mastering these, you'll be better prepared not just for the test but also for your future role as a law enforcer. 1. Which of the following is a constitutional safeguard against unreasonable searches and seizures? A. Probable cause. B. Due process. C. Double jeopardy. D. Self-incrimination. Answer: A. Probable cause. Explanation: Article 3, Section 2 of the Constitution protects citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures and requires probable cause to issue a search warrant, supported by an oath or affirmation. 2. What is required for a lawful arrest according to the Philippine Constitution? A. Prior notice. B. A search warrant. C. Probable cause and an arrest warrant. D. Verbal warning. Answer: C. Probable cause and an arrest warrant. Explanation: Under Article 3, Section 2 and Section 3, no person shall be arrested without a warrant issued based on probable cause, except in cases of flagrante delicto, caught in the act. 3. Under Article 3, Section 12, what are the rights of a person under custodial investigation? A. Right to refuse medical treatment. B. Right to be informed of their right to remain silent and to have counsel. C. Right to inspect the warrant. D. Right to delay the investigation. Answer: B. Right to be informed of their right to remain silent and to have counsel. Explanation: This section ensures that individuals under investigation are aware of their rights, including the right to remain silent and the right to legal representation. Which constitutional principle prohibits the use of evidence obtained through illegal means, such as unlawful searches or seizures, in court proceedings? A. Right to due process. B. Right to privacy. C. Exclusionary rule. D. Equal protection of the law. Answer: C. Exclusionary rule. Explanation: The exclusionary rule, established in Article 3, Section 3(2) of the Philippine Constitution, states that any evidence obtained in violation of a person's constitutional rights, such as through unlawful searches or seizures, cannot be used in court. This ensures that law enforcement respects citizens' rights and follows proper legal procedures when gathering evidence. 5. What is the primary purpose of the writ of habeas corpus under the Philippine Constitution? A. To compel the accused to testify. B. To bring a detained person before the court to determine if their detention is lawful. C. To issue a search warrant. D. To enforce the death penalty. Answer: B. To bring a detained person before the court to determine if their detention is lawful. Explanation: Article 3, Section 15 guarantees the writ of habeas corpus, which is a legal remedy to question unlawful detention. 6. Under which condition can the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus be suspended according to the Constitution? A. In cases of impeachment. B. When the President declares martial law. C. Upon the decision of Congress. D. During a natural disaster. Answer: B. When the President declares martial law. Explanation: Article 7, Section 18 states that the writ of habeas corpus may only be suspended in cases of invasion or rebellion when public safety requires it. 7. What does the Philippine Constitution say about the use of torture and other cruel, inhuman, or degrading punishment? A. Torture is allowed during times of war. B. It is strictly prohibited under all circumstances. C. It may be used with a court order. D. It is allowed for convicted criminals. Answer: B. It is strictly prohibited under all circumstances. Explanation: Article 3, Section 12, 2, prohibits torture, force, violence, threat, intimidation, or any other means that violate a person's dignity, regardless of circumstances. Which principle in the Constitution ensures that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law? A. Social justice. B. Due process clause. C. Separation of powers. D. National patrimony. Answer: B. Due process clause. Explanation: The Due Process Clause guarantees that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. This constitutional protection ensures fairness in legal proceedings and safeguards individuals from arbitrary actions by the government. It is a fundamental principle that upholds justice and the rule of law. Which constitutional principle protects the right of individuals to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures? A. Right to privacy. B. Right to freedom of expression. C. Right to property. D. Right to due process. Answer: Right to privacy. Explanation: The right to privacy is enshrined in the Philippine Constitution, ensuring that people are protected from unreasonable searches and seizures. Law enforcement must obtain a warrant based on probable cause before conducting searches or arrests, safeguarding individuals from arbitrary government actions and upholding their right to personal security. 10. Under the Philippine Constitution, what is the consequence of violating a person's right to counsel during custodial investigation? A. The person may be detained without trial. B. The evidence obtained will be considered admissible. C. The evidence obtained will be inadmissible in court. D. The investigation may proceed under certain conditions. Answer: C. The evidence obtained will be inadmissible in court. Explanation: Article 3, Section 12, 3, provides that any confession or admission obtained in violation of a person's right to counsel is inadmissible as evidence. 11. In cases of warrantless arrests, which of the following conditions must be present for the arrest to be valid? A. The person must confess to the crime. B. The crime must be committed in the presence of law enforcement. C. The person must have been previously convicted. D. There must be a formal complaint. Answer: B. The crime must be committed in the presence of law enforcement. Explanation: Under Rule 113, Section 5 of the Revised Rules of Criminal Procedure, a warrantless arrest is allowed when a person is caught in the act of committing a crime, in flagranti delicto. 12. The Philippine Constitution guarantees that law enforcement officers can only conduct searches and seizures with a search warrant issued by a competent judge based on what? A. Hearsay evidence. B. Anonymous tips. C. Probable cause supported by an oath or affirmation. D. The suspect's appearance. Answer: C. Probable cause supported by an oath or affirmation. Explanation: Article 3, Section 2 stipulates that a search warrant or warrant of arrest must be based on probable cause, determined personally by a judge. 13. Which of the following describes the plain view doctrine as applied in Philippine law? A. Law enforcement officers may conduct a search without a warrant if they are invited into a home. B. Evidence in plain view of law enforcement during a lawful arrest or search may be seized without a warrant. C. Law enforcement officers may arrest a person without a warrant if they have a suspicion of a crime. D. Evidence obtained during a traffic stop is always admissible. Answer: B. Evidence in plain view of law enforcement during a lawful arrest or search may be seized without a warrant. Explanation: the plain view doctrine allows the seizure of evidence without a warrant if it is clearly visible to an officer during lawful activities, such as arrests or searches, provided the officer is in a position to legally observe the evidence. Which constitutional principle ensures protection against self-incrimination, preventing individuals from being forced to testify against themselves? A. Right to due process. B. Right to counsel. C. Right against self-incrimination. D. Right to a speedy trial. Answer: C. Right against self-incrimination. Explanation: the right against self-incrimination is a crucial safeguard in the Philippine Constitution. It protects individuals from being compelled to testify against themselves in investigations or court proceedings, ensuring that no one is forced to provide evidence that could incriminate them. This principle upholds fairness and justice in legal processes. 15. Under the Constitution, in which of the following circumstances is a warrantless search considered valid? A. The person consents to the search. B. The search occurs after an arrest made with a valid warrant. C. The search occurs within the suspect's private office. D. The search is based on an anonymous tip. Answer: A. The person consents to the search. Explanation: one exception to the warrant requirement is when a person voluntarily consents to a search, which makes it lawful under Article 3, Section 2. 16. What is the legal remedy available to individuals unlawfully detained or imprisoned, as provided in the Constitution? A. Writ of certiorari. B. Writ of habeas corpus. C. Writ of mandamus. D. Writ of injunction. Answer: B. Writ of habeas corpus. Explanation: the writ of habeas corpus, as provided in Article 3, Section 15, requires authorities to justify the legality of a person's detention and is a safeguard against unlawful imprisonment. 17. Which of the following rights is not specifically guaranteed during custodial investigation under Article 3, Section 12? A. Right to be informed of the right to remain silent. B. Right to be informed of the nature of accusations against the person. C. Right to have competent and independent counsel. D. Right against being tortured or threatened. Answer: B. Right to be informed of the nature of accusations against the person. Explanation: while this right exists under the broader principle of due process, Article 3, Section 14, during custodial investigation, the focus is on the rights to silence, counsel, and protection from coercion. 18. According to the Constitution, under what condition can law enforcement officers arrest a person without a warrant? A. When they have a good reputation. B. When the person is found committing a crime. C. When they have received a complaint. D. When they suspect the person is planning a crime. Answer: B. When the person is found committing a crime. Explanation: Article 3, Section 2 allows a warrantless arrest if a person is caught in flagrante delicto, in the act of committing a crime, or in cases where an immediate arrest is necessary, such as hot pursuit. 19. What is the constitutional principle that prevents an individual from being tried again for the same offense after acquittal or conviction? A. Due process. B. Double jeopardy. C. Exclusionary rule. D. Probable cause. Answer: B. Double jeopardy. Explanation: Article 3, Section 21 protects individuals from being prosecuted for the same offense twice, ensuring that once acquitted or convicted, they cannot be retried for the same crime. 20. In the case of warrantless arrests, which of the following must be present to make the arrest valid? A. The crime must have been committed within 48 hours of the arrest. B. The suspect must flee the scene of the crime. C. The crime must be ongoing, or the arresting officer must have personal knowledge of the crime. D. The arresting officer must have a search warrant. Answer: C. The crime must be ongoing, or the arresting officer must have personal knowledge of the crime. Explanation: Under the Rules of Court, Rule 113, Section 5, a warrantless arrest is valid when the crime is committed in the officer's presence or when they have personal knowledge that the crime was just committed. I hope these questions help you prepare for the exam. If you want more practice, give this video a thumbs up. Good luck, and keep studying.